Today I'm joined by Dr Stephen Snowdy, who's the CEO from Visioneering Technologies. Stephen, welcome back to the Morgans Network.
Thanks, Scott. It's always a pleasure.
You've just reported your quarterly results. You've had $1 million quarter. We'll talk about that in a minute, but first perhaps just recap on the company.
Sure. So Visioneering is a contact lens company. We have daily disposable soft contact lenses, but they're really special contact lenses for some special patient groups. The first group of patients that we treat with our lenses are presbyopes. Presbyopes are people over the age of 40 who have lost the ability to see up close. You can see them in restaurants with their iPhone lighting up their menu or trying to hold things really far away from them. Those are the people who are over the age of 40 and can't see up close anymore. The other group of patients that are treated with our lenses are children who are nearsighted and getting worse. This is 80 to 90% of children in Asia. It's a third to a half of children in the United States. Between these two patient groups, it's about a $5 billion addressable market in the United States and, of course, internationally, very large markets as well.
Okay, I mentioned you've just had $1 million quarter, so let's talk some numbers now. What did you achieve in the quarter just gone?
So we have 75% growth in net revenue that we just reported in the third quarter. We had 48% growth in the amount of shipped product in a third quarter compared to second quarter. That's pretty impressive from a numbers perspective. We also had some operational milestones that we've accomplished in a quarter, and that was a launch in Australia. We started selling product in Australia. We have revenue from Australia now. That was our first international revenue. We signed distribution agreements for both Australia and part of Europe. That will greatly expand the access to practitioners that we have. In Europe, we signed a distribution agreement for the Nordics. And here in Australia, we signed a distribution agreement that will cover Australia and New Zealand. So in terms of financial accomplishments, I think 75% net revenue growth is a pretty strong thing to be able to say. And just to put that into perspective, the entire year of 2017 was $1 million year, and we've just reported a $1 million quarter. So we're pretty happy with all of that.
And then looking forward into the future, more distribution agreements. Which countries will you be targeting?
The next distribution agreements that will likely execute are other parts of Europe. In 2019, we should also see a distribution agreement signed for Canada as well. We have a little bit of regulatory work left to do for Canada, but should add that to the roster as well. As we look further into the future, we'd be looking at the very large market opportunities that we see for childhood nearsightedness in Asia. And those will be most likely through partnerships with companies that are already doing eye care business in Asia.
Okay, and then other product developments that are coming through. What's next?
So as far as product developments go, we just in a second quarter launched two new products. One was a sphere lens. Sphere lenses are used to just correct simple distance correction, and we launched a new sphere product and a expansion of powers that are available for the multifocal lens. So we're still rolling out those, and those are keeping us quite busy in the third quarter and of course in the fourth quarter this year. 2019, you'll see the launch of a toric lens. Toric lenses are used to treat people with astigmatism. That product itself is not revolutionary, but it's gating to something that is revolutionary in eye care, which is a toric multifocal lens. So that would treat patients who are presbyopic with astigmatism or children who have astigmatism and need to stop the progression of their nearsightedness. So that'll keep us pretty busy through 2019.
Okay, and then so looking into the future, what can investors expect from the company? Obviously, you're reporting quarterly. What are some of the other things we can keep an eye on?
Certainly, the international revenue will start to become a more and more significant part of the business. We'll probably, in 2019, expand the sales force. Right now, we've been holding the sales force at 25 managers in the United States. We'll hold that for a little while longer until we get more maturity out of those and more maturity out of the accounts that they're serving. And when we have that pretty well established, we'll start adding more sales managers next year. And that'll be a quite big event for us as well that we'll be announcing.
Okay. And just finally, we might just touch on just the competitive landscape. Who else is out there in the market that you compete with?
In the United States and pretty much worldwide, there are 4 companies that dominate contact lenses, 4 large companies. Those companies do have multifocal contact lenses, so we do compete with them in the presbyopia space. In the United States, none of them offers a product with the attributes that our multifocal has for children. And so we're fairly alone in the United States in that regard. Globally, only one of them has a product available for children. All of them have products available for presbyopia, albeit products that are quite antiquated and do not have the clinical benefits that our presbyopia products have.
Okay, that's great. Well, it's obviously been a very interesting period for Visioneering. Congratulations on the $1 million quarter. That's a great achievement.
Really appreciate it. We're very happy with that.
I've been talking with Dr. Stephen Snowdy, who's the CEO from Visioneering Technologies.